industry, headshots, video is all about your brand recognition, right? So even though you may change brokerage to brokerage, you are building your personal brand. And for those of you who saw me last year, we talked about building a personal brand. So this year, we're talking about getting ahead with video, because everybody has talking heads, right? It's like, did you get that? I mean, kind of a thing. I like kitschy. It's a thing. So my name is Brooke Borup. I am the owner of My Clone Solution, and we do video and a bunch of other stuff, and just one thing that we do here. So today's goals, we are going to understand why video is an amazing tool. We are also going to decide when to have it done professionally and when to DIY. Do it yourself. We're going to talk about what you're missing out on, and we're going to talk about the secrets to look better, sound better, and feel better on camera. And then we're going to talk about the budget tools of video. So, video in general can be very expensive. You probably all have talked to people and they're like, it's whatever cost it is for a 30-second video, right? That's shooting it and editing it and all the time and all this kind of stuff. But in general, when we talk about social media and we talk about the stuff that goes out, people just want to relate to you. They want to see you, they want to hear you, they want to have a reason to work with you. Video helps with that because people can't necessarily get who you are and what you bring to the table in text, right? You go networking all the time, and it's because you need people to see you. Well, what if you could network 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, online, and keep up with those people, stay top of mind? Did you have a question for me? Okay, so we're going to talk about the DIY stuff because we know that everybody's on a budget, and I will tell you that my studio that I have, that I do all of my videos in, cost me about $500, okay, total, and that's over time, right? And we're going to talk about how I can get away with that and be able to produce the stuff that I do because I, like you, am a small business owner on a budget. Ooh. So this is me, and for those of you that took my class this morning, you saw the exact same slide. Why am I here and why do I have the authority to talk about this? So I am a process designer. I'm the owner of My Clone Solution. That is my official title. I was dubbed the Swiss Army Knife for Business by Tampa Bay Magazine, and it just kind of stuck, so we go with it. 5 years in business, over 200 clients in 11 states and 3 countries. I have people working across 9 time zones. We, in 2017 and 2018, grew our business by 80% just from online marketing, all right? I stopped networking in 2017 because I was burnt out. So I took my networking online. In the same amount of time that I put into in-person networking, I went online and I grew my business by 80%. My mantra is I would rather put ballet slippers on an entrepreneur's daughter than line the pockets of a CEO. It's why I only work with small business owners, and that's why I do what I do to educate and help everyone move forward in the capacity that we do as small business owners. So, why do I have the authority? I do a lot of videos, right? I am a talking head when it comes to online. Now, I also do a lot of other stuff, but these are just some of the things that you'll see. Radio shows, in-person, Google Summit, where I was with Frank, and then different online courses, online marketing, all that kind of stuff. Yes, and I have a variety of backgrounds. That's called a green screen. We're going to talk about that. So, this is what you're missing out on, folks. 73% of homeowners say they're more likely to list with a real estate agent who uses video. Ooh. Only 9% of agents create listing videos. 9! That's not a lot. Video marketing is one of the most powerful marketing tools, and it fosters engagement, storytelling, and authenticity. And if you went to any sessions today, besides this one, you probably heard engagement, story, and authenticity. Because this is what people are looking for right now. You can pick anybody to work with, but if you really want to pick somebody that's going to be a partner with you, especially on a long-term commitment, This is the kind of stuff that's going to take you from a client relationship to a friend relationship to a referral partner relationship, which is ultimately the goal. Because who cares about sale 1? I want all your friends and family, and I want to make them know that I loved you. That's how my business grows. That's how your business grows. So this is where all of this goes. Viewers retain 95% of a message when they watch it in a video compared to 10% when they're reading it in text. That's why I do things like this. Because people hearing me and seeing me in the front of a room, they will retain a heck of a lot more than if they read the exact same thing on a social media post. Believe me, read through my social media posts. It's all there. Now, initial emails with a video receive an increased click-through rate by 96%. How many of you send emails on a regular basis? All right, how many of you have done video in your email? All right, do you get more click-throughs on a video email than you do on a regular one?
Absolutely.
You want to know why? People are lazy. They don't want to read. They just want to click a video and say, hi. You know, and the video doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be crazy. It just needs to be you and authentic, that tells a story and that is engaging. Right? How many workshops and presentations have you been to where it's like, wah, 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 wah? You'll never get that from me because I can't stand those presentations. I used to run them. All right, so as you can see, some of these people you may know. So probably not this one. So she is a major real estate marketer out in California. She builds teams. All of her videos are team building, educational videos for new real estate agents. That is her target. You can find her. Her name is, I don't even know, but this is talking about FSBOs. This is Ryan. He's a mortgage guy here in Tampa. So this is him and this is him. And we're gonna play this video from Ryan. This one.
Hey, I'm glad we ran across each other here on the computer. It's your local professional providing you with just the product or service that you need. I look forward to connecting with you. Here's my contact information. Visit my website. Come to our event. Give me a call. We have to be on the computer and phone spreading our message with digital content so that people know us and they don't forget about us when they need our product or service. Video and digital content is the wave of the future. Relatability is the future of marketing. Digital video can get your message out on a consistent basis, making you the go-to person. And see what we're doing at Milestone Title with Milestone Marketing. I'll have the link up above. Come join us as we make 2019 the best year for video marketing.
All right, so that is a 43-second video of him basically telling you what you need to know about video. It's great. And yes, he is local. He's if you go to his YouTube channel, he's got several companies on there. He's kind of, you know, mortgage guys. They flip around a little bit. But he is the only one that I recognize, and I was networking with this guy 5 years ago, right? In person, you know, even sooner than that, because we did MGM Friends together. So, but he took his stuff online, and now he puts videos out all over Tampa Bay. He did this video for this guy who is over in the Reddington Beach area. This is a tour, you know, where he's actually filming the tour. You can do this with a person. You can also do it by yourself, and just use a stabilization stick, which we're gonna get to at the end here. But this right here increases your listing value. Simple as that. Because they get to see it from your point of view. You can talk about it. Just be engaging. Tell a story. Talk about, you know, the people that owned it now, or the vision of what you could be if you were gonna buy this penthouse suite on Reddington Beach, right? Because that's what you're looking to do. Now, you can see examples on YouTube. They're all over the place. There's not a lot going on here in Tampa. If you type in real estate Tampa into YouTube, you pretty much get Ryan. There's a couple others, but that's about it. So you know what? Start taking that spot, because people would rather click on a video than they would read a whole bunch of stuff. Okay? So when somebody types in real estate Tampa and the second thing that pops up is a whole bunch of YouTube videos, be there.
Hey, I'm glad.
Oops. Okay, so where do videos go? Videos can go in a lot of different places, including all the social medias. Websites, make sure you have video on your website, because if it is the first thing they see, it's the first thing they're gonna click on. You know how many hits you're gonna get if you are pushing people to your website to click on a video? Awesome! And then you can do listings, and you can put all of those up there. Talk to your web people. Facebook, really, you know, like you can put videos on there anytime you want. LinkedIn, the same thing. You can put them in your feed. You can put them on your profile. So make videos talking about your story, who you serve, how you serve them, all of those different things, so then you can start funneling people to that. There is a business coach that linked with me on LinkedIn. His name is Chaz Horn. So if you want to see how a really good business coach uses video in his marketing, go test him out. Because you connect with him, he's going to ask you a question, you're going to answer the question, he will send you back a video. That's personalized to you based on the answer to your question. It's awesome. It takes about 3-4 minutes for him to make that video, and then he shoots it back over to you, and now you're like, this person is awesome.
His name's Chaz.
Chaz, C-H-A-Z-H-O-R-N. So do that just to go and test him, not like you're actually going to be a client, but go test out his theory, you know, the way that he does things. He is a sales coach. That's his whole thing, is he teaches people how to sell. But he's doing it with video because that engages people more than the standard. Here's a whole bunch of crap about me that you don't care about, right? So I know some real estate agents that are using Craigslist. I know everybody's using Zillow. Your listings that you have on various websites, any place that you are found when you type in your name, you want to make sure that you have that video presence, especially if you want to become somebody like Ryan, who does everything in video and is just rocking and rolling. Now, Ryan didn't start out with green screens. Ryan didn't start out with any of that stuff. So you don't have to jump in full force. But it's not hard, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. So, video secrets. These are those things for those of you who are like, I hate myself on video, right? Because I talked to a couple of those today out in the marketplace. Now, I am not a small chica, right? I'm not the most beautiful thing in the world. I am not, you know, all of these YouTube stars or anything like that. My information, what I have to put out speaks for itself, and that's what I need. But from a vain standpoint, when I'm looking at myself in the camera when I'm recording, I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can, that the gurus do, you know, like I can't air touch, you know, myself or Photoshop myself in a video, but there are things that I can do to make it better. So, keep your lights in front of you. So if you're in a room, whichever room you choose, in your house, in your office, whatever, if there's any sort of windows or doors or natural light, make sure that's in front of you. And if it's on the sides of you, get some curtains. Close it off, okay? Because that's gonna help eliminate shadows where you don't want them, and all those different things, and it naturally lights you, especially if you have it in front of you. That's why when you see photographers, like the ones that were out there today, if you've ever worked with Matt, you see that their lights are usually out here. They may have one back here, they may have one up here, but or in front of you here, like see, I take direction too. But they're all gonna be coming towards you. It's meant to make you look better, okay? So doing it at home, in front of your computer, at your house, lights in front, yes?
Yes.
Next, when you are filming either with a camera, or if you're doing a Zoom meeting or something online like a GoToMeeting, put your computer up on a box. Like if you have a laptop or wherever your actual camera is, make sure that camera is about 3 to 4 inches directly above your eye line. So you're gonna look at it, but that camera's looking down at you. So you know when you take selfies with your phones and people are like this, that's the theory. But if you're doing video, you're not really like this for an hour, right? It's just not a thing. Your arm gets tired and it's not awesome. So I do a lot of online training and stuff like that, so my computer sits up on top of a milk crate or a 5-gallon bucket. That works really well too, right? Home Depot, $3. Take notes. That's a thing. So when you do that, then it automatically gets rid of this, right? And it makes it so your face looks skinnier, so that you don't have those extra shadows because the light is in front of you and the camera's looking down. Rather than the camera being on your desk, like here, and you're sitting down and it's looking up at you, so you see every single nose hair. I've had to coach some business coaches on that one. So make sure that your camera is 3 to 4 inches above your eye level. The next thing, if you are using a standalone camera or a video camera or a cell phone, anything like that, make sure it is on a tripod or a stabilizer. And you'll be able to see that here at the end of the presentation too. Because, have you ever been on a Facebook Live or a video chat or something with a toddler? And they're like, let me show you this! Right? And they're running around, it makes you sick. Yeah, so I have nieces that are that age, and I have to like put the phone down. But when you're doing your own videos, it's the same thing. It may not be that drastic, but you're nervous. Unless you're really, really good at it, you're nervous. Or you're going too long and your hand starts to shake, right? You can only take picture selfies like this. You're not taking video like that, right? So a tripod or a stabilizer will make your videos 10 times better than if you don't have one, all right? Next, smile. Be you. Don't be nervous, because guess what? You're recording for yourself. This is not live. I'm not telling you to go Facebook Live every day, even though, you know, that's a thing and you can. But at least when you're getting used to it, just do it for you. Record your own stuff, but smile, because you're gonna be looking at that stuff and you're gonna be like, oh, I wish I would have smiled. I look so bland. What do they call that? RBF? Some of that happens too. So it just depends on you and who you are, but make sure your personality comes through. Look directly into the camera. So if you go back to some of my old videos, you will see my eyes going like this, because I like to script my stuff, especially since a lot of mine is like a minute, 2 minutes long, and I can't always remember exactly what I want to say and how I want to say it. Like, I can get up here and talk to you guys all day long, but it's not recorded. Well, it is, but it's not. So when you are looking directly at the camera, then you are talking to the audience. You're smiling at them, you're doing what you need to do, and they are connecting with you. I now have a teleprompter that sits right on my camera, that reads off of a tablet, so that I can look directly into the camera and you don't even see my eyes move. It's fantastic. Totally worth the investment. So this right here, whether you're speaking scripted or you're just off the cuff, make sure you're looking at your audience, and your audience is the lens of that camera, okay? Body language. And this kind of goes with this one down here, right? Body language, as you probably learned at some point in your life, speaks more volumes than what you're actually saying, right? I could be up here and I could be like, oh, like this. And if I just stood here and was really boring, you'd be like, it doesn't match, right? So have some freaking personality, right? You have it. You are this way with people in your life. You have the personality that makes people come to you to do what you do. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be doing what you do. So bring that to life. Bring the body language, bring some freaking personality. These right here, solid color clothing. Okay, solid color clothing doesn't go out of style. So if you're doing any evergreen stuff, which is like what I talked about in my earlier session, you can keep using it. Because blue, black, white, yellow, none of that goes out of style. Now prints, how many of you know the prints? And they're like, oh, that dates them back to the 80s, right? Or the Hawaiian shirts, oh, too many men in Hawaiian shirts. Just doesn't work. Be prepared. When you are doing a Facebook Live, when you are recording your video, unless you are extremely on point with your message, make sure that you do some preparing beforehand. Run through your script, talk through it, have interviews, do stuff like that so that you, when you're looking at the camera, you don't have to look down at your notes. You don't have to do any of that because you have it in your head, you're prepared. You don't have to memorize it because this information that you put out into the world, you already know. The only reason that you would have to look down would be like, I scripted this and I can't remember what I said, right? So just be prepared. Backgrounds. Do some research on some videos on YouTube. You'll see some that have very pristine backgrounds. You'll see some that are disheveled messes. Plan it. Because if you are intentional about what is in your background of your video, people may, subliminally see things that they don't necessarily know they see. Right? So I work with what I call a lot of woo clients. Kind of dreamy out there, yoga, Pilates, shamans, whole bunch, the woo community. When I am on a video with a potential new woo client, I put all my other woo stuff in my background. Because I want them to see the Buddha-like statues. I want them to see the crystals. I want them to see the malas. Because they are instinctively going to be able to say, this person works with people like me. And that makes me feel comfortable, right? So if you are working with new families or families that are, growing and having kids and stuff like that, have some colored blocks in the background. Toy truck. You can intentionally set the stage for who you want to talk to. All right? So we're going to talk about green screen and stuff like that too, but for right now, if you did nothing else and all you did was go home, sit in front of your iPhone and do some of this, intentionally setting the background for who you want to attract and then giving them the message that they need, will do a heck of a lot more than not planning. Right? Planning is key when it comes to anything in your business, especially when you're putting yourself out there. So, budget tools. So budget tools, because like I said, we're all on a small business budget, and so I wanted to talk about some of the stuff that I use and show you the price points that go along with it to basically sit here and say, yeah, I'm a small business owner too, you can do this on a budget. And this is the minimum tools you need to be able to do it the right way, and it's not going to cost you that much, okay? So we're going to talk about lighting, we're going to talk about stabilizers and tripods, mics and audio, cameras, backgrounds, a little bit, and editing. All right? Tell me when you're ready. All right. First, Amazon is an amazing place. If you have Amazon Prime, everything ships for free. So we're going to talk about a couple different things. This right here, right now, is the lighting that I use in my studio. All right, Home Depot, $6.41. You put a big light bulb in it and you clip it to your ceiling. All right, I just moved from from an apartment into a house, so now I can actually clip things to my ceiling. In the apartment, I had cup hooks, like no, cup hooks, like we actually screw them into the ceiling and then you can just clip it. It's awesome. Extension cords and all that kind of stuff, which really suck. Now, I actually have a full studio that I can rent out by the hour, which is really awesome. But Home Depot lights, cool. One on each side, so that you get a full light, both of them, of course, in front of you. Yes? All right. This right here, on Amazon, this one is this one. No, this one is this one. So $95.99 is this whole set. Now, for somebody just starting out, it's kind of overkill, especially in the do-it-yourself space, and it's not the best stuff, right? It's totally not. but it gets you started. So like instead of doing this, you would have these. And instead of clipping it to the ceiling, you would have tripods. All right? It's the same thing. Now, Matt will tell you something completely different, and he's probably cringing at everything I say right now because he's professional, but there's a difference between being professional and do it yourself, right? The difference is about $10,000 each. So here, it all comes in this carry case, so when you need to pack it all up, you can take it where you need to go, right? If you decide you want to rent a co-working space for the day and do all your videos, you can do that because you can take it with you. That sort of thing. Now, this right here, I have this. This is what I started with. You have it too? Good.
I have one too, and the mini one for my phone.
I have the big one too.
Awesome. I have a confidence coach that does only video confidence training, and that's what she uses too. And it's a perfect setting, especially since it holds your camera, it comes in all together, and it's really awesome. I love this unless you have glasses. Because you cannot get the ring light out of your glasses. So that totally gets me away from being able to read anything on a teleprompter. So, and I can't put anything on my eyes, so contacts aren't a thing for me. But this ring light is freaking fantastic. So I would say step 1, step 2, step 3, or depending on your office or your situation, pick the one that's best for you. Yes? Lighting. Stabilizer. So this, it was funny because of course, you Google stabilizers because I wanted to go get a screenshot for you. And then all of a sudden, the internet magic works and, oh, that's weird. And it pops up on Instagram and says, here's a stabilizer for you. Now this one is probably one of the best ones on the market as far as do-it-yourselfers. It's like $153. There are other ones. You do not have to have this one. But if you are one of those people that constantly shake or you need a stabilizer more than other people, this is the one. This one you can literally go like this and the camera stays straight, which is really awesome, which is how they market themselves. Tripods. You all have seen tripods. You all know what a tripod is. A tripod can hold anything, your camera, your video camera, your phone. There's little attachments for it, all of that kind of stuff. Now, if you are going to get into video like I'm into video, a very, very heavy duty stable tripod is what you're gonna wanna get. So instead of getting the $20 tripod today, and then a year from now when you're like, I can do a lot of video, I'm really awesome. You have to upgrade because, like, for instance, I just had to do that, so lessons learned. I had like a $40 one, well I just had to buy a $100 one because my teleprompter that I bought is really heavy and my tripod wasn't holding it. It was fine for the video camera, not for the video camera and the teleprompter. This is the mic that I use. $16.38. And yes, you can, I did a lot of research for this particular microphone, so this actually came out of my Amazon shopping cart, so I made sure I had the right one for you. This one will plug, it is corded, and I don't like the cordless ones because the batteries go dead too fast, especially if you're like me and record 30 videos on the same day. So this one is corded, and it has like a 20-foot cord on it, so you can put your cameras wherever you need to. It plugs into your cell phone and works there. It plugs into your video camera and works there. It plugs into your camera and works there. Not all of them do that. A lot of them are made just for cell phones. They're not made for both.
I have that one, and I would attest to that one. That's probably the best because you don't get that muzzle sound. It's very clear and crisp, so I would say that's perfect.
Well, you will have to have the adapter if you have the new iPhone, because the new iPhone doesn't have a plug.
Okay.
So you have to get the Bluetooth, whatever the adapter is. I'm an Android girl, so get the adapter, you'll be fine.
Talk to me afterwards, I'll help you guys.
Yep. Matt's an eye guy.
Quick question, maybe it's premature. Shooting a video for computer training,
Yeah.
you're teaching someone,
Mhm.
you're talking about have the camera in front of you, but what if you need to have it behind you so that you and the screen are being looked at? Where does lighting go there?
So when you are teaching on a video, so I use Zoom to record all of my trainings. So if you guys are doing any systems and processes, online marketing trainings, online webinars, anything like that, your light is still in front of you because it still lights you. But when you're recording the screen, you can record the screen with Zoom, and so you're actually recording what you're doing, not you doing it.
Okay.
So if you go and look through my feed on any of my platforms, and you will see the trainings that I do, because I explain things. I have my little picture in the corner, because a picture is much better than just looking at a screen. So you'll see what I'm doing, and you'll see the picture, and I train every single one of my clients that way. So when somebody says, hey Brooke, how do I do this? I record a screenshot video, show it to them, give it to them, just like you and I were talking about, and then I send it to them. And then I put it in their vault. So if they ever have that question again, I say it's in your vault. So I don't have to do the extra work. But yes, like what you were doing, you're gonna use Zoom to do all of that. And Zoom is free. If you haven't used it, it's free for one person to record anything you want. If there's more than 2 people on the call, you're maxed at 45 minutes on the free version, but you can always hop off and hop back on if you need to.
And just to give you guys an understanding about how to use lighting, the way that we use it as professionals is really simple. If we break it down, you're always gonna want whatever you're lighting in front and from behind. Now, when you look at professional studios, I would be standing here, there'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 lights right into me. So I'm lit all the way around. So that way you're not seeing behind me all the stuff that's necessarily behind me, and everything is in front of me. So that's typically why you would have your directional light. So if you, wherever you're filming, if you are filming this way, you're gonna have your 2 lights. If I'm filming this way, and there's a screen behind me, I'm still having lights this way.
Towards the person.
Yep.
Always.
Lights towards the person.
Right,
Always.
and most people don't have space, like a photographer has space to have, 4 lights and do the whole thing, which is why you light from the front and make sure that that's where it's coming from, so you don't get all those crazy shadows, and so that you're not dark. You've seen people that are like, the picture is really dark because the light is really bright behind them, and the camera's capturing that light rather than capturing them. So that's why you keep your light in front of you. All right, so now we're gonna talk about cameras. So this is just a generic cell phone picture because I wasn't gonna be, Android, whatever. So cell phones. Cell phones are amazing right now. If you are going to do cell phone videos, make sure you have the microphone because the cell phone microphones suck. Their videos or their picture is great, but their microphone's not so much. So if you pair your cell phone with that microphone for $16.38, you will be able to have really crisp, clear, awesome videos. This is the webcam that I use for all of my recordings. It's the Logitech 930. It's the newest one out, but honestly, I got mine like 5 years ago, and it was still the same version. So it has the ability to, when you install the software, to zoom in and out, because it's a pretty wide view camera. And it's really, really great. The microphone on this is really great also. A lot of my videos were done just with the microphone inside the camera and not the actual lapel mic. This is the video camera that I have. You can see $264, it's a whole bundle, whatever. But the reason that I chose this video camera is because it has a mic input, right? Most video cameras, they have something weird, they have to put a boom on it, there's a whole bunch of stuff you have to do. I specifically wanted to make sure that my mic, my $16 one, would fit into this and it would work. And I bought it, not on Amazon, so I bought it at Best Buy, so it was a little bit more expensive, but I wanted to be able to walk right back into the store and return it if it didn't work my microphone. So, but it's fantastic video camera. I have little cards that go into it. It does all my stuff. I pop it in, I do my editing. All right, so it is a fantastic little awesome camera that just stays on my tripod at the house, and now it has my teleprompter around it. I did not add my teleprompter to this slide, or to this presentation, because it's brand new for me, but I had a client buy it, and I went and I shot 12 videos in 1 hour. with the teleprompter, where before it would have taken me a lot longer than that and you would have seen my eyes move. It's the best investment I have ever made.
Where did you bought it on Amazon?
I bought it on Amazon. If you want to email me, it's GoGlide is the name of the company. And it goes right on top of your tripod, and then your camera goes right into it. And basically what it has a slide where you put your tablet, and then you get an app on your tablet that's mirrored teleprompting. And it basically what it does is it mirrors it right in front of the camera lens. So when you're looking directly at the camera lens, you're seeing your type go right across the camera lens and you're reading it. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you get in, it's like pop, pop, pop. It's awesome. Editing software. So there are lots of editing softwares out there. This one is Filmora. Filmora is $56. Lifetime, not a monthly, not an annual. It is a base product that I have been using for all of my video and audio editing for, gosh, going on 3-4 years now. It will do layers, it'll do green screen, it'll do anything that you need to do, and it is a crazy awesome price. They make it for Mac and PC. This actually came off of their website, and they do training videos. Hi, Dusty.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic. So they do training videos on Filmora. They give you assets like little things that pop in, and they give you the title. So if you wanted to put your name and stuff at the bottom, all you have to do is like pull it in, has the automations already set up in it. You just retype it, and then things just start happening. It's really awesome.
Do you like it better than something like iMovie?
Yes. Well, because iMovie is only for iPeople, right? You can only get it for iPeople, and not everybody's an iPerson. And this is about the same skill level as what iMovie would require, because most of my people that I work with don't have the technical ability. So I need to find stuff that allows them to really be able to get into it. And if you use it and you start learning it, and I have tutorials on it, the whole thing, but if you get in there and you start using it, you'll get really good at it, and it can do all of the bells and whistles that the $100, $200, $500,000 ones can do, but it's on our small business budget, because that's what we need. So I can tell you right now that you'll never go above this, for most people. Like, I'm using this video, so this is
to schedule a private online.
Michael Watkins. So he shoots this at his office, and then he sends me the videos to do all the editing. And that's it. So he shoots it on this green screen that we bought him. He's the one that has the teleprompter, bought this whole thing. He's a financial services guy, and he's really fun. Let's play this video real quick. Oh, there you go.
Call me today to schedule a private online session to cover all of the benefits. You can start enjoying today. Thank you for watching. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Whew, I get so tongue-tied. It's a terrible thing. It just ain't right. I tell you.
So he knows I'm watching, right? So he knows that I'm going to be editing his videos. So we've been working together long enough where every single one of them has something for me. It's either at the beginning or the end. And he, in the last 3 months, he has made like 62 videos. He is building his own team. He's got all of this stuff going on, trying to make them successful at what they do. And so he's like, CPAs are a target, and this is a target, and that's a target. So he's making videos for every single vertical that they want to hit, so that his team can go and download those videos and use it as a lead generator. And so we do green screen for him. We do like just regular backgrounds for him. He's got like 16 different offices. And by office, I mean a picture that we put on a green screen so we can put him wherever he's at, right? So you saw the beginning, which was his rough cut, and then we actually crop it and then I can change that green screen out to anything. Now for those of you who are blonde or have light colored hair, you want to make sure that that green screen's not green, it's blue. Okay? Because the green screen will make a halo around your hair because your hair's primary color is yellow, and yellow is part of green. And basically how the green screen works is if I were up here and I were on a green screen and I had like polka dots on my shirt that were yellow or green, I'm gonna basically take out everything that is that color in the image. All right? So I'm saying everything that is this green color, erase it and put in the image that I want you to put in, right? That's what a green screen is. Most people are like, oh, it's a green screen. You know, I know exactly what that is until they go and they're wearing green pants and all of a sudden they have no bottom half. It's gone. They're floating like Casper, right? So for those of you who are have light colored hair, you always want to go on a blue, like a bright, that color blue, because you won't get that halo that you get with green because it won't try to take your hair away with that.
It's just because we're all angels.
That's right. Right. So
Hey.
when it comes to backgrounds, we talked about being intentional. There are a lot of graphics like this that you can get online. And I went through lots and lots and lots of graphics till I found the perfect one for me. And if you scroll through my feed, there are 2 videos on there every single month, training videos that I do for my small business owners, and you'll see what my fictitious office looks like. You know, I run an affiliate program for a client of mine, and we're getting ready to do our first affiliate meeting, and so I came to our meeting yesterday with the green screen behind me, and she has this wallpaper of her product. And so I put the wallpaper in, and she's like, how did you get that? I said, here, let me turn it on for you. And so now we're gonna come to our meeting on Tuesday, and we're gonna both look like we're in the same office. Right? But she's in Jersey and I'm here.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, that's the cool thing that you can manipulate if you're using a green screen and stuff like that. We can find the perfect office for you. We can find the perfect setting or location. And if you want to be fun, we can switch between cities. You know, be like, oh, I'm in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, I'm in Paris. Oh, I'm in DC, right? It's cool because you can make it do anything you want. You can make it look as real or as fake as you want, depending on your intention of what you want to happen. So, does anybody have any questions? No!
You did a great job.